Hey guys, what is going on? It's David here from Scizorxphlosion, and welcome to the Tournament Report. This is the series that keeps you guys up to date on what is going on in the meta. Because if we don't know what's going on in the meta, how are we going to play this game? If you're a competitive player, this is a series for you. We've got the Memphis Regional Championship that happened just this last weekend on October 6th. I'm a little late getting this video up, but I had some other videos for you guys, so let's get a look at this regional tournament. There's some pretty cool decks here. I've already taken a pre-look at a lot of these. Let's see, we've got Psychic Malamar, the top two here, and the number one spot had a really cool tech that I'm actually wanting to try and mine, and we will get to that once we get to that deck. But as you guys can see here, we've got Psychic Malamar, we've got some Buzzwole Lycanroc. For the top, after the top two, the next three spots are Buzzwole Lycanroc. Then we got a Zoroark deck, which is really cool, and we got another Buzzwole Lycanroc. So Buzzwole is still alive and thriving, guys. Do not sleep on this deck, and he's going to be even better once Alolan Ninetales GX comes out, the Fairy type, in Lost Thunder. Because it's got a really cool ability that says when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you can search your deck for any 2 item cards. Search out 2 Beastrings. Wow. Amazing. Really, really good card. Plus it has synergy with Brooklet Hill because all the Vulpixes are water type. So you can Brooklet Hill for a Vulpix and get 2 Vulpix out, let them just sit there, and your opponent will be like, well, do I KO the Vulpix or do I KO the Buzzwole? Which one? If you KO the Buzzwole, the Beastrings are active. Here it comes to destroy you. But yeah, that is going to be a really cool deck. Pretty soon, guys, we are less than a month away from getting Lost Thunder. And then we have here another Rayquaza Vikavolt in the top 8. We've also got 9th place is another Rayquaza Vikavolt. Got some more Buzzwole Lycanroc, some more Malamar, some more Rayquaza. There's a Golisopod deck here, which is pretty interesting. We'll take a look at that as well, because Golisopod hasn't seen a whole lot of play in a while, but it does have that grass typing, which is really good against Lycanroc GX. He's weak to it, and yeah, Golisopod can one-shot him pretty easily. Oh, whoops. Alright, let's see what else we got here. We got Lapras Quagsire. That's a deck I'm actually wanting to profile for you guys as well. I saw that won a League Cup not too long ago, about a week ago. And it was a really cool deck. Lapras is the water-type Buzzwole after all. Same exact attack. Does 160, can attack next turn. But you've also got Quagsire now. In order to get you can use your Aqua Patches to get your water energies from the discard pile, and then use your Quagsire to move those energies to your active. Or even do plays like Guzma out of the active, and then use Quagsire to reattach the energies to a fresh new Lapras. So that is a pretty cool tech in there as well. We've got a Glaceon Zoroark here, which is a deck I'm going to profile for you guys as well. Let's see, more Rayquaza Vikavolt, some Buzzgarb. There's not very many Shrine decks. And as a matter of fact, there are no Shrine decks in the top 8. A lot of these decks have found ways to deal with Shrine decks, though. Malamar has the Deoxys that can deal with those pretty easily. Buzzwole has Buzzwole to deal with those. Zoroarks have started playing Devoured Field to make them hit 130 exact numbers to take out things like your baby Buzzwole and your Shining Lugia. Rayquazas have started playing Shining Lugia and Delmise, which is another cool Pokemon that can hit exactly 130. So yeah, maybe the Shrine decks are out of the meta for now. I do expect Malamar to be a really good Shrine deck with the new Giratina coming out in our next set. So we will take a look at that once that deck rolls around. Let's see here, what else do we got? There's a Passimian deck with Tapu Koko. That's probably a Shrine deck there. So Shrine decks are less relevant, but they are still doing very well in the meta game. If you make the top 30, I mean, that's a good deck, especially with 788 people. 788 Masters in the Masters Division. That's nearly 800 people, and if you can get in the top 30, I'd say you're doing pretty well. Let's see, Passimian, we saw, there's a Shining Lugia. I love Shining Lugia. Sylveon, people are still trying to get Sylveon out in the hype because it won at the Germany Regional Championship, which we covered in our last tournament report. There's some Ultra Necrozma there. Ultra Necrozma is still going to be very good. Dustman Necrozma, pretty cool. Hadn't seen that since the very first post-rotation regional we had. There's another Sylveon, Gardevoir Sylveon. I actually want to try Gardevoir Ninetales. I think that's going to be a very powerful deck. I think Ninetales will probably be the superior partner for Gardevoir once we get Lost Thunder. But yeah, those are some of the big decks. We got some Buzzwole Garb here. We got some more Rayquaza. This list goes down to the top 77. There's a Ho-Oh Reshiram. Pretty cool. I'm actually working on profiling that for you, and I should have that deck profile up the next time I upload. So I'm already working on it. I got the deck as consistent as I can get it. It's a very, very powerful deck. It can be flimsy at times, but we'll go over that once I get to that deck profile, guys. But let's get on to these top 8. But first I want to take a look at the Golisopod deck. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. We've got 3 of the Wimp Out Wimpod and 1 of the Scamper Away Wimpod. This one says you just shuffle this Pokemon, all cards attached into the deck. I think I'd rather go for the Wimp Out Wimpod with that free retreat on the first turn. It's pretty awesome. I think I would rather go with that personally. That's my personal preference. Then we got 3 of Golisopod GX. Everybody knows what Golisopod does. For 1 Grass Energy, first impression does 30 damage plus if this Pokemon was on the bench and became your active this turn. This deck does 90 more damage, so 120. Armor Press is nothing to scoff at either. You've got a Grass Energy and 2 colorless. Does 100 damage, and then during your next turn you take 20 less from attacks. Crossing Cut GX for 150 damage. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench. Pretty strong GX attack there. We've got then the non-GX Golisopod. We actually did a deck profile on this, a Shrine Golisopod deck, but this one is really powerful. It has an ability called Armor. Does 30. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. Pretty good in itself. Makes it really hard to one-shot, and it's got the 130 HP as well. Resolute Claws does 80 plus damage if your opponent's active Pokemon is an EX or a GX. It does 70 more, so you can hit 150 on a GX Pokemon, which is really, really strong. With a Choice Band, you can KO things like Tapu Lele, Rayquaza, even the upcoming Bacephalon that's coming out, though I don't think it's going to make much of a difference because you've got your Golisopod here weak to fire, so that is no good. Alright, we've got 2 Tapu Koko promos. You got Slugma and 2 Macargo. You've got a Baby Buzz. You've got a Tapu Lele GX and 1 of each Oranguru, 1 of the Instructor Oranguru and 1 of the Resource Management. Pretty cool. So to go along with the Macargo engine, they are playing 4 Lilies, 3 Cynthias, 2 Guzmas, 3 Guzmas, 2 Cynthias, 2 Acerolas. Those go really well with Golisopod because you can pick them up and then bring fresh Golisopod into the active and then attack with your first impression. Then you've got 2 Professor Kukui to add the extra damage, plus it fills in with the Macargo engine. 1 Judge, 4 Ultra Ball, 3 Nest, 3 Great, 2 Acrobike, 1 Stretcher, 1 Palpad, 1 Enhanced Hammer, 1 Field Blower, 2 Choice Bands, and then 4 DCEs, 3 Grass, and 2 Rainbow Energies. Pretty cool. Alright, that is not in the top 8, but it did get 13th place, which is very, very good. So let's move on to the top 8, guys. Let's take a look at this Rayquaza deck. Rayquaza Vikavolt, still a very powerful deck in the meta right now. It's one of my favorite decks to play. I really like Rayquaza. We did a tournament at our local card shop. I got 2nd place with Rayquaza. Lost to a Glaceon deck. Oh man, Glaceon is such a bad matchup for Rayquaza. It just shuts down your Rayquazas, shuts down your Leles. Really hard to get anything off. But anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about this deck. We got 4 Rayquazas, 3 Grubbins, 2 Vikavolts, 1 Delmise, a Shining Lugia, 2 Tapu Leles, and 1 Marshadow. Looks like the basic line for a lot of these Rayquaza Vikavolt decks. They have a lot of decks have started taking in these Delmise and these Shining Lugias in order for them to be non-GX attackers. Plus, they can stack a lot of energies on themselves and come out and be really powerful one-prize attackers. Pretty awesome. You've got 4 Guzma, 3 Cynthia, 3 Volkner, 2 Lily, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Rare Candy, 2 Mysterious Treasure, 2 Nest Balls, 2 Stretchers, 2 Recyclers, 1 Switch, and 2 Choice Band. Looks like it's kind of a standard line. I've also seen a lot of these Rayquaza decks playing Steven's Resolve, which is not a bad idea at all. It forces your opponent to either judge you or lets you set up a turn 2 Vikavolt. So it's up to them what they want to do. You've got 7 Grass and 7 Basic Lightning. Pretty awesome. Alright. We've got the 7th place is a Buzzwole Lycanroc. So we got some Buzzrock here, but it looks like it's more focused on Baby Buzz. You have and Zygarde. Okay, I see. I see. Alright, so 3 Baby Buzz, 2 Zygarde GX. Zygarde got top 4 at the last World Championship, but he's kind of fallen off the map since the World Championship. We haven't seen him play as well as he did. Maybe he lost some of his thunder from Max Elixir. Rotating was what was a really powerful card for him, was Max Elixir. But apparently he is back. He's here and he's rocking around with Buzzwole GX. You've got 2 Zygarde GX with that Cell Connector attack. Let's look at that card again. Cell Connector, 50 damage for double colorless energy. Does you get to attach 2 basic fighting energies from the discard pile to this Pokemon. So use it Ultra Ball, discard those, and then next turn you're able to attack Lancerath and Verdict GX, which is 150 damage. Prevent all damage from this Pokemon. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon from Pokemon EX and Pokemon GX. Pretty cool. During the next turn of your opponent's turn. Sorry. Alright, and then we got 1 Buzz GX, Big Daddy Buzz. There for the, I wonder if they play any B strings. They do play B strings. Getting ahead of myself though. 1 Buzz GX with that Jet Punch attack, pretty awesome, and Knuckle Impact for some powerful KOs. Then we've got 2 Rockruff and 2 Lycanroc GX. 1 Buzz, no, that's not Buzzwole. 1 Deancey Prism Star, 2 Slugma, 2 Macargo, and 1 Oranguru. The Macargo engine is popping up in a lot of decks now. And to go along with that, guys, they've also got the 4 Lilies, the 2 Kukuis in here as well, 4 Cynthias, 4 Guzmas, some Ultra Balls, some Nest, get some Acrobikes there to go along with that engine as well. 2 B-Strings, 2 B-Strings. Well, I guess since they are relying more on Baby Buzz, the 2 B-Strings are mainly for the Buzzwole GX. And I guess you could use Smooth Over and get them to the top of your deck whenever you like. And as long as you have things like Lily and Kukui and the Acrobikes here, you can get them to your hand whenever you desire. So, 2 B-Strings, 1 Stretcher, 1 Blower, 1 Escape Rope, 3 Choice Band, 2 Brooklet Hills, and 8 Fighting Energies, 3 DCEs, and 1 Beast Energy Prism Star. Pretty cool stuff. Buzzwole's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. He is staying around for a very long time. Alright, we've got Zoroark Macargo up next in 6th place. Let's see here. We've got a standard 4/4 Zoroark GX line. 3 Slugmas, 2 Macargos, 2 Tapu Lele GX, and 1 Oranguru with the Resource Management attack to put the cards from your discard pile back on the bottom of your deck. That way, it's kind of like the workaround people are using to do, to cope with the loss of puzzle time, because you can't get your DCEs back. We have lost Special Charge because of the rotation. Oranguru is probably the next best option to get those cards back into the deck. And then on to the supporters. There are 3 Cynthia, 3 Guzma, 2 Lily, 2 Acerola, 2 Professor Kukui, 2 Plumeria. That is different. I haven't seen any Plumerias in a lot of these Zoroark decks. But I suppose in the mirror it is very, very strong. Getting rid of those DCEs is a very powerful play. 1 Judge, 4 Nest Ball, 4 Ultra Ball, 3 Great Ball, 2 Enhanced Hammer, 1 Rescue Stretcher, 1 Pal Pad, 1 Max Potion, 1 Escape Rope. Max Potion is a really interesting card, but I guess since you are playing the Oranguru, you can Max Potion on one of your Zoroarks, and then later on in the game, bring up Oranguru to shuffle that DCE back into put the DCE on the bottom of your deck anyway. But on to what I was saying. Escape Rope, 3 Choice Bands, 2 Weakness Policies, 2 Devoured Fields, and 1 Shrine of Punishment. Shrine of Punishment, I guess. That would be pretty cool. It can help Zoroark's numbers hit a little bit higher, but it could be a little bit dangerous for yourself as well, making your Zoroarks easier to KO. But I guess with a meta filled with Buzzwole GX and Baby Buzz, that really doesn't make that much of a difference. So, there we go. Zoroark GX, and then 4 DCEs to round out the deck, guys. Pretty cool stuff. I really like that deck. It's pretty neat. So, mainly relying just on Zoroark as the main attacker in that deck, which isn't bad. I mean, Zoroark's a very good attacker. I mean, 2-shot almost anything in the game. With a Choice Band, he can 2-shot anything in the game. Alright, we've got 5th place is another Buzzwole Lycanroc deck. And now this one is more centric on Buzzwole GX. We've got the 3 Buzzwole GX, 2 Baby Buzz, 3 Rockruff, 2 Lycanroc GX, 1 Deancey Prism Star, 2 Slugma, 2 Macargo. Once again, we see the Macargo engine in this this build. And then 1 Instruct Oranguru. 3 Lily to go along with that Macargo engine, 3 Cynthia, 3 Guzma, 2 Acerola, and then 2 Kukui to go along with the engine there, 4 Ultra Ball, 3 Acrobike, 2 Nest Ball, 2 B-String, 2 Switch, 1 Energy Switch. That's really cool. Energy Switch is a really cool tech in there. 1 Rescue Stretcher, 1 Field Blower, 2 Choice Band, 3 Brooklet Hill, 9 Fighting, and then 1 Beast Energy Prism Star. I guess I can see the advantage of playing 2 B-Strings. I mean, you don't have to waste room. You don't have to waste room in your deck by putting 4 B-Strings in here. You can just use Macargo, smooth over, get those B-Strings whenever it does get to the mid-game, and then start wrecking your opponent with your Knuckle Impact or your GX attack if you haven't burned it yet. So yeah, I can see the advantage to playing 2 B-Strings. Honestly, I think 3 is the safer number. But my personal opinion once again. Alright guys, let's get on to the next one. 4th place is Buzzrock. Trying to give me some updates on my computer. We'll snooze that for now. Alright, 4th place is Buzzwool Lycanroc once again. And this one, did I just look at that? No, I didn't. This is a little bit different. Alright, so this is Buzzwool Baby Buzz centric, but it does play 2 Buzzwool GX, which is pretty cool. Alright, 3 Baby Buzz, 2 Buzzwool GX, 3 Rockruff, 3 Lycanroc, 1 Diancie, and 2 Tapu Lele GX. Okay. 4 Cynthia, 4 Guzma, 3 Lily, 2 Kukui, 2 Acerola, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 B-String. There's what I was looking for. 2 Switches, 3 Choice Bands, and 4 Brooklet Hills. Then we've also got 9 Fighting Energies, 4 Double Colorless, 4 Lycanroc, I suppose. Nothing else in the deck has any use for... I guess Baby Buzz could use it if it wants to with Swing Around. If you need it. I mean, 2 Fightings and a DCE will pay for that. But I think I would rather use basic Fightings. I guess it's for the Lycanrocs because they probably are more of a main attacker in this deck. You can hit 130 with Claw Slash in here. So 130, and then Dangerous Rogue can take some really high knockouts if you have a Choice Band and DCE, or I mean Choice Band and Diancie on the bench, and you're going against let's say Solgaleo GX. It has 250 HP. They only have 4 bench Pokemon, but that's not a problem if you have a Choice Band and Diancie. You can still hit that 250. Pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, I guess the DCs are just for Lycanroc, but that's not a bad idea. I think that's pretty cool. And then 1 Beast Energy Prism Star. Pretty cool. I haven't seen just a pure Buzz deck play 4 DCEs, but he's relying more on his Lycanroc as an attacker as well. So that's why he has the shortened count of Buzzwool GX, I would imagine. Because he can Brooklet Hill form anytime he wants. And then use B-String whenever you need to. And then probably just rely on Lycanroc, because he is a very decent attacker. And he has 200 HP. That's 10 more than Buzzwool, so it's a little bit harder to one-shot. So, yeah, I can see it. Okay, that's pretty cool. Alright, 3rd place is another Buzzwool GX Lycanroc deck. 2 Baby Buzz, 2 Buzzwool GX, 3 Rockruffs, 2 Lycanroc GX, 1 Lycanroc from Forbidden Light. Okay, with the Dangerous Rogue attack. I've been talking about this card a little bit and thought it might be a good non-GX attacker. But it is pretty cool. Dangerous Rogue here does 20 damage plus, and it does 20 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So hit 120 for 2 energies, which is not bad at all. 120 HP is a little low. Maybe 130 would be better. But it is Lycanroc, and in the video game, Lycanroc's frail, so that does make sense. Let's see. We've got 1 Diancie Prism Star. Once again, they have the 2/2 Macargo line here for that engine to get whatever you want on top of the deck. 1 Oranguru with Instruct, 1 Tapu Lele GX, and 1 Setup Marshadow, or Let Loose Marshadow. Pretty cool. Alright, so we got 4 Lily, 4 Cynthia, 3 Guzma, 2 Kukui, 4 Ultra Ball, 3 B-String, 2 Nest Ball, 1 Rescue Stretcher, 1 Switch, 3 Choice Band, and 3 Brooklet Hill, and 10 Fighting Energies, 1 DCE, and then you've also got the 1 Beast Energy Prism Star. So they still have the 1 DCE in here in order to attack with Lycanroc, but I guess you could also use it with Oranguru or with Tapu Lele if you needed to as well. That is pretty cool. Okay. See, this is the Macargo engine once again pops up in this deck, and you also see the Kukuis and the Lilies increased in this deck. In order to draw those cards off the top, I think I would rather play. I think I would also play some Acrobikes in here because I think that's also really good for this engine. But personal preference, once again, guys. All right, we are on to the top two, guys, and these are those Malamar Necrozma decks that I was telling you about. Let's take a look at the first one here. And they have some pretty cool cards. We got the basic 4/4 Malamar line. Malamar with that Psychic Recharge ability in order to put energies from your discard pile, or Psychic energies from your discard pile onto your Pokemon. 2 Necrozma GX. We've got 2 Deoxys, which has been seeing a lot more play. He's a very powerful attacker. Power Blast can take care of those baby Buzzwoles. Psychic can even take care of those baby Buzzwoles. It's got the same attack as Mewtwo from Generations or Evolutions. Don't remember the exact set, but it just rotated, and right as soon as it rotated, this Deoxys got printed, so that's pretty cool. We've got a Marshadow GX, just one. I've seen 2 in most of these decks, but that's pretty cool. Alright, 1 Dawnwings Necrozma GX, 1 Lunala Prism Star. This card is so good. It's got Psystorm, which is an attack that was on Delphox. There was a non-GX Delphox. That was in Breakthrough, or Breakpoint, one or the other. And it had the exact same attack, 20 damage times the amount of energy attached to all Pokemon in play. Really, really strong attack. This Lunala can hit really hard. Then you've got the Full Moon Star, which is just like Solgaleo GX's attack, but for Psychic energies instead. Mimikyu, this is the copycat Mimikyu, pretty good Pokemon. It's really cool. I found a lot of combos you can do with Marshadow GX and this Mimikyu. Say like you're going against, let's say you're going against Zoroark, and Zoroark knocks out your Mimikyu or something like that. You bring up Marshadow. You could attack with something like Prismatic Burst on what's his name, Necrozma GX here. Or you could use Copycat to copy Riotous Beating and not have to discard any of your energies. That's pretty cool too. Tapu Lele GX, 1 of, and 1 Marshadow. Then we've got 4 Lily, 4 Cynthia, 4 Guzma, 4 Mysterious Treasure, 4 Ultra Ball, 3 Acrobike, 2 Rescue Stretcher, 1 Nest Ball, 1 Friend Ball, 3 Escape Boards, and 2 Choice Bands. Pretty standard lineup. I've actually fit Choice Band back into my deck. I took it out. I was trying out the 4 skateboards because I really like the skateboards in this deck, but I did put in the Choice Bands because I did miss them, and 10 Psychic Energies, which is about the basic count for these decks. I know mine runs 10. Alright, and on to the first place deck, guys. This deck has a really cool tech in it, and I will show you that once we get to it. We got 4 Inkay, 4 Malamars, 2 Marshadow GX, 2 Deoxys, 1 Necrozma GX, 1 Dawnwings Necrozma GX, 1 Mimikyu, and 1 Chimecho. Now this is the one I wanted to show you. Chimecho has 70 HP, 1 retreat cost, weakness to Psychic, as most Psychic Pokemon do, but it has this attack called Bell of Silence. For 1 Psychic Energy, does 10 damage. Your opponent cannot play any Pokemon that has an ability from their hand during their next turn. This is a good attack. Now this Chimecho has been around, I think that is Crimson Invasion, I believe. Let's check here. Crimson Invasion. Yep, it is Crimson Invasion. Okay, so this has been around for a while, since Buzzwole GX came out. And this is a really cool attack because it lets you set the pace of the game. You can, against certain decks, this isn't good against every deck, but it is really good against decks like Zoroark GX. If you go, say you go first, and you get your board set up, you get a Marshadow down, or something like that, or even get the Chimecho down. You can put them down, pass a turn, let them set up their board, let get all their Zoruas into play, and the next turn attack with Chimecho with Bell of Silence, and then they can't do anything. They can't play their Zoroarks, they can't play Leles, they can't play Macargos, they can't play Lycanrocs, they can't play Bannettes if they play Bannett Zoroark. They can't play anything that has an ability. So it lets you set up your board. Your opponent's hand might get pretty massive, but it lets you set the pace of the game. You can start getting your Malamars out, start getting them charged up, start getting your Pokemon charged up, take KOs when you feel you need to take them, and once you're done with Chimecho, get it out of the active or let it get knocked out, and then start pursuing your opponent on their knockouts. So yeah, really, really cool tech. I think I might try it in my deck as well. 1 Tapu Lele GX, 1 Marshadow, and 1 Oricorio. I think this is the Vital Dance, yeah. This is the one that has the ability that's just like Professor's Letter. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may search your deck for up to 2 basic energies, reveal them, and put them into your hand. So just like Professor's Letter, you can get those 2 psychic energies to your hand, discard them with things like Ultra Ball and Mysterious Treasure, and then start using your Malamars to charge up your Pokemon. Pretty cool. 4 Lily, 4 Cynthia, 3 Guzma, 4 Mysterious Treasure, 4 Ultra Ball, 3 Acrobike, 2 Rescue Stretcher, 1 Nest Ball, 1 Friend Ball, 1 Escape Rope, and 4 Escape Boards. Then you've got 10 Psychic Energies to round out the deck, guys. Really interesting. We see some of the decks that were very good last format still doing extremely well, and that's what people do whenever there's a new rotation or something like that. You stick to what you know, and we know Malamar is a good deck, and we know it's still a good deck even after losing things like Floatstone and stuff like that. It's still a very, very powerful deck. It did lose Floatstone, as I mentioned. It lost Professor's Letter. We did lose Professor Sycamore, which is a huge hit for that deck, because that was your main way of discarding a ton of energy to the discard pile, and then cycling through your deck, getting your Malamars out and stuff like that. But it's still alive and thriving, doing very, very well. I think it's still going to continue to do well in the coming months. Even after Lost Thunder comes out, I think it's still going to be a very prominent deck. It's going to be one of the decks to beat in the competitive world. Buzzwole, as I mentioned before, is not going anywhere. He's doing good now, and he's going to be doing even better whenever Alolan Ninetales comes out. Let's see. We got Zoroark. Zoroark's not going anywhere. He's just way too good. He does have weakness to fighting, but that just proves how good Zoroark is. He can survive in a world where one of the main Pokemon in the meta is a fighting type Pokemon that can one-shot him easily. But Zoroark is alive. As you can see, he's got sixth place here. In Japan, he's doing very well, and they've got Lost Thunder. They've got all those things that make Buzzwole awesome again. Make Buzzwole awesome again. Zoroark's just that good of a Pokemon. It's a testament to his true strength that he can survive in a meta that is thriving with fighting type Pokemon. And then Buzzwole, again, right after the Zoroark deck. Then those Rayquazas, man. Rayquaza, I don't know how good Rayquaza's survivability is. Just because it relies on a Stage 2 Pokemon, and decks coming out in Lost Thunder do not rely on it. I know one of the big decks is going to be let's go through those real quick. Lost March. I'm really excited for that deck. It does rely on a Stage 2, but it has a way to skip through without having to use Rare Candy. We've got Bacephalon GX with Naganadel. Relies on a Stage 1 just like Malamar, but hey, it's not a Stage 2. You don't need to run Rare Candies. I love Rayquaza, don't get me wrong. Rayquaza is going to be pretty awesome. They also announced the Shiny Rayquaza coming out in the GX Ultra Shiny in Japan. I hope we get that set. That'll be really, really cool. But anyway, if y'all would like to hear my thoughts on Lost Thunder set, on some of the big decks coming out, please let me know in the comment section below. I can make a video about that. And let me know you guys' thoughts down in the comment section about some of these decks. What decks do you like to play? Do you like to play Malamar? Do you like to play Buzzwole, Zoroark? I know I personally have never played with a Buzzwole deck. I've used one, but it was my friend's deck, and I just wanted to test it out, see how it was. But I never just sat down and bought the Buzzwoles. I could have, I guess, but I just never did. I was more of a Zoroark player. Last format I played Zoroark Lycanroc. But y'all let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about some of these decks. Do you play Rayquaza? Do you play any of these decks that are that have topped in this tournament? Any of the top 77? If you play any of these decks, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know if there's any new deck profiles you would like to see that I haven't done for you guys. I can get those up as soon as possible. We are working on an Ultra Necrozma Metagross deck, which is requested, and it's taking me a little while to get it built, but I'm trying to level it out, trying to get it flowing really good. But anyway, guys, that is the tournament report for the Memphis Regional Championship. Leave a like, comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and we will catch you guys next time.